Hello and welcome back to CrankyCast. We're going to continue trying to figure out how this tower works. I guess we have to check out this sculpture in the middle here. On closer inspection, a series of symbols carved around the base of the structure come into view. One symbol pulses with a blue-white glow. The pattern resembles the glowing lines of light seen on the floor of Ascension Hall, moments before you found yourself transported above the clouds. As you stare at the symbol, the chill of the wind abates and your chest swells with warmth. The air finally feels welcoming, your lungs sated at last. Lantry, I'd be careful going any closer. This whole tower is humming with energies that we don't understand. Lantry holds his quill posed over a sheet of parchment with anticipation. Now, I didn't say back away. Let's find out what it does. Just be cautious. Verse, you stake your claim on the tower and everything in it. Whatever that sculpture is, it belongs to you. Ebb, I can feel power running through this place. Ebb surveys the surroundings, her gaze sweeping to the object at the center. You can sense the magic of the spire even from down below. But up here, this close to the axis of the spire, the deluge of energy is numbing. I'm going to go ahead and touch the sculpture. The stone is smooth and cool to the touch. Marbling patterns move with the curves of the sculpture, looking more akin to veins than imperfections of rock. You can't find a single marking to suggest an artisan's tool. As you are about to draw your finger away, you feel a sudden return pressure on your fingertips as the sculpture touches you back. The sculpture is once again still. There is a rush warmth throughout your body, a jolt of enervation that steadies your balance. A barrage of tactile sensations flood your mind as you feel footsteps and wind, but not on your face or your limbs. A moment later, the flood of information begins to make sense. You are feeling the wind against the spire, and even the weight of your own feet, as if the spire were a second spine. With this connection made, you feel your awareness pull from this place, not as a traveler, but as one glimpsing the world from impossibly far away. In this moment, there is nothing you cannot see, though you see it nearly all at once in a flood of sensation that is difficult to parse. You see a spire at the crossing of an ancient stone structure, two walls extending off into the distance. At the base of this eternal spire, settlers and merchants act in every way unconcerned, toiling under the observation of unforgiving taskmasters. As the shadow of the spire falls over them, the mood changes. The settlers pause in shared unease and look up in the sky, toward you. Though you haven't seen it in person, you are certain that this is a vision of Lethian's Crossing, for nowhere else are the Tearsmen brave or desperate enough to settle at the intersection of bane-ridden old walls. Near this settlement, built at the joining of the ancient walls, you see a breach in the massive masonry, a cleft into the forbidden, hidden realm within the old walls. I'm going to drift into the old wall's entrance. Shadows envelop you, muting all sound and vision with slight delay. There's a feeling of preservation, of wrongness. Whatever arcane power is allowing your senses to drift free of your body seems to falter at this place. Figures haunt the stone halls, drifting emanations of cloud, claw, and fang. They pay you no heed, but you fear them all the same. In the depths of this forbidden place, the deepest chamber is bathed in light. An arcane symbol illuminates the floor, though the details hurt your eyes when you focus. With a gentle tug, your focus pulls back to a new horizon, though it takes you a moment to recognize it as Vendrian's Well. You've returned to the awareness of your immediate surroundings. The effect leaves you unsteady on your feet. And now I'm going to drift closer to the spire. The spire feels similar to the one you now occupy, though instead of radiating arcane life, it reeks of dust and crumbling stone. A branch withering once pulled from its tree. It reaches for you with a barely perceptible tug. The link between you and the spire recedes. The arcane bond is still present, but the mystical energies, for the moment, are quiet. Your body flooded with excitement and fatigue. It's unclear whether the mystic connection is strengthening you or siphoning. The tower offers nothing by way of answer, and you know that asking would only yield more silence and mystery. The deluge of sensation is over, but the positions of the other spires still linger in your mind. From your vantage point atop the mountain spire, you can easily spot the mysterious structures, each of them rising high above their distant surroundings. Looks like the teleport is coming back online. Lantry, did you sense that? Lantry signs a long sigil in the air, squinting at you as he works his cantrip. The ripples are everywhere. When you move, the magic of this place stirs and churns. That portal over there, those burning braziers, they all grow more intense as you approach. I think it's responding to your presence. Verse. Before we get ahead of ourselves, it's worth remembering that you ended Kairos' edict. That's no small feat. Maybe your connection to this place is related. Either way, sounds like something for the arcane-minded to investigate. Fifth Eye. Speak with me after you see Tunon, Fatebinder. The Disfavored need to be shown their place. If a dog acts up, you use a firm hand to put it back down. If we are to succeed in the tiers, we must work quickly. I will be waiting. Alright, so I gotta go and do some stuff. Gotta go talk to Tunon. I gotta find some of these other spires. I can look at the spire tab, and it looks like I can recruit 6 different people. Although, it looks like there's more than 6 to choose from. I do kind of want the smith. I could use some of these trainers. How much do I have? I can hire a merchant and a skill trainer right now. I think I might try that, see how that works. All right, so I just hired 2 people, wiped out most of my money, so I hope it's worth it. But they won't appear till the next time I come here. Looks like there's 4 more spires I can get. And there's a maintenance cost. Well, there isn't any right now, but there might be at some point. Look at this. We got hide, we got alchemy supplies, bronze ingot, iron ingot, scrolls, and a power meter. No idea what any of that stuff means. No idea what maintenance cost means. Guess we'll find out at some point, but don't know right now. I can't click on this thing at all, can I? I'll do one lap around here just to see if there's anything interesting. Why does this thing stick out to the end like this?
Sorry, I can't.
Considering this is all about being evil, I'm assuming that's where you throw people off of. There's another one on the other side there. All right, I guess we'll go find out what Tunin wants. Where am I supposed to go? Well, let's just go to each place. What's on there? Thought I was supposed to go to the Bastard City, but that didn't seem to be one of the choices.
Can't do that. Right.
Didn't necessarily want to just walk through everything again. Why is it all blacked out, though?
Sorry, I can't.
Ooh, I can loot this thing, whatever it is. A big bronze hammer. Of course, it's only one-handed, so it's not really an upgrade for my sword. I got some cheese and some fruit. Yummy. Oh, wow. I guess I can go all kinds of different places. There's a sunset spear there. A spire, I mean. Well, let's go to Bastard City and see what Tunon wants. Ah, crowded court area here. These just random nobles. That's a named person, Lady Lucretius. This well-dressed older woman stands apart from the milling crowds of nobles. She stares off into the distance, oblivious to your approach, until you're right in front of her. Oh, greetings, she offers a reserved smile. Anda Lucretius, formerly of Thistleholm. You have the look of someone who belongs here. A fate binder, no doubt. She nods. Do you need something from me? I'm just going to ask her one question. What are all these nobles doing in Tunon's court? She smirks and shakes her head, trying to look brave, I'll warrant. But if you crane an ear to any of their conversations, you'll hear a different tale. 3 years since Tunon set up shop in the Bastard City, and we are still getting used to our new masters, and figuring out what we can and can't ask of them. Alright, I'm not gonna go through all her conversations. Well, I guess I could just walk right past the guards. I thought I had to talk my way through them, but...
You call yourselves officers of Kairos' army, but your conduct falls short of my expectations. The court finds your accounts of Vendrian's well lacking, rife with misdirection and fallacy, fouled with baseless accusation.
The shadows beneath Tunan's cloak darken and flare around him. Murmurs of unease erupt in the court. I'm going to say, what is going on here?
Sounds like the armies have been tripping over their feet to pass the blame to someone else. Careful it doesn't end up in your lap.
Fatebinder, you arrived just in time. The representatives of the Vendrian's well siege have finished their testimony, and I cross-examine. Any closing statements, Lieutenant?
Tunan peers over the edge of his podium to regard the officers. Elbertronis? Who's that? I guess it's like their lawyer or something. Your Honor, I have relayed the events as I have experienced them. You can well imagine why my version conflicts with his. She makes a dismissive gesture to the Scarlet Chorus representative. On my honor and that of the great general, I would sooner snap my sword than perjure myself before you, Archon. Blood mulch. Oh, so you imply that falsehood comes easier to my lips than yours? You're a fool if you believe the Archon of Justice won't see through your lies because the disfavored think themselves better than an honest gang.
Silence. The contradictions in your statements will be examined, and falsities threshed from truths. If we find you have perjured yourselves, Bled and Mark will see to your fate.
The Archon turns, and you feel his gaze upon you. So Bled and Mark is basically the assassin? The executioner, maybe? I don't know.
Fatebinder, we will start with the matter of the Archons. Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat have declared war upon each other. In addition to violating Kairos' peace, they have thrown the conquest of the Tears into disarray. By all accounts, these hostilities began shortly after your arrival. Tell us what transpired.
Alright, I'm going to go with number one, I think. The Archons could not agree on who should lead the siege and descended into accusation of treachery. It seemed a mutual spat. Elbertronis, the Disfavored were more deserving of the honor. Our tactics and training outmatched the Vendrian Guard at every turn. Blood mulch. What balderdash. The Disfavored couldn't tip over a straw hut if they had a week to strategize. Our howling mob was better equipped to overwhelm the Vendrian Guard. Our recruits were ready to throw themselves at the enemy. If only Ash and the Legion would agree to a plan.
The Fatebinder presents testimony. I warn you both against speaking out of turn. Something more than a mere disagreement unraveled this campaign. But I will return to that in time. Let us speak of Ascension Hall. From all accounts, it would seem you were instrumental in its capture, or so the petitioner of the Scarlet Chorus testifies. The Disfavored commander has a dimmer view of the matter. Lend me your perspective.
I joined with the Scarlet Chorus, and we took the Citadel with an unstoppable advance.
The edict meant certain doom if the siege failed. So why, when your survival depended on it, did you join your strength to the Scarlet Chorus and not the elite Disfavored?
I'm going to say the first one. Petty squabbles clouded Graven Ash's judgment. He was too mired in assaulting the Voices to conquer the Citadel properly. For a long while, the adjudicator hovers in silence, shadows trailing from beneath his robes.
I will consider this testimony at length. The court thanks you for it. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I have told you all that I know.
Your testimony is accepted by the court. The statements of our guests raise questions in my mind. There is much about this campaign that has caused me to wonder. A shipment of iron weapons was short on arrival. Where coveted iron is concerned, I don't believe it to be a clerical error. One of my agents recovered this seal in Echo Call. It belongs to a merchant collective. Lethian's Crossing is teeming with their kind. If you would root out treachery, I would advise starting there.
Recovered this seal? What? I don't get it. I thought I already got that shipment of iron.
Petitioners, leave us. I would have a private audience with the Fatebinder. Ascend and join me. You will find the way opened.
All right. Guess I gotta talk to Tunon privately. Run up here, little people dudes. Come on. All right, so before I go and talk to Tunon, I'm gonna take a break here, and then we'll go and figure out what he thinks about this whole shenanigans. This whole